premise of Impossible is you create a plant-based meat, a plant-based burger, and acts just like ground beef, tastes just like ground beef, cooks just like ground beef, and you give that to consumers. They're now, every single one of them, a change agent. I came in before we even launched our first product, and our product has kept on getting better. So now it's, for me, indistinguishable from beef from a cow, to the point where we have to check sometimes and make sure that we're labeling the right thing if we're being served around beef. It gets confusing. Heme is that magic ingredient. It's found in all living organisms, but it's really highly abundant in red meat, especially in things like beef. So we figured out how to produce heme without using an animal, small molecule. And in doing so, that's one of our key ingredients, and it enables the burger to have that exact same experience that you would get with beef. And that's how we can really get scale when we're trying to achieve these environmental goals. In 2016, we launched the Impossible Burger for the first time, also in New York, and we were in one restaurant. From there, we've expanded into about 17,000 restaurants now, including big national accounts like White Castle, like Burger King, including really high-end restaurants that have, Michelin stars still. So we're really across that whole range, just like you'd find ground beef. So for our mission, it really only counts if you have substitution of consumers. So if you're eating an Impossible Burger and you would have been eating something like a veggie burger, that's great. But if you're a vegetarian, that's not where the problem is really occurring. What we want is omnivore adoption. We want the people who are hardcore meat eaters to actually get that product, to switch it out from beef, to switch it out from meat. And what we actually saw in our consumer testing is that more than 90% of the people who buy our product are in fact meat eaters on a regular basis. And so that's where the actual environmental savings are coming through. It's that substitution effect that we're really excited about. And a lot of that's been accomplished just by making sure that our product is delicious and people don't have to compromise when they get it. It just so happens that it's much more environmentally sustainable, to the tune of 89% lower greenhouse gas emissions, 87% less water, and about 96% less land. Area of growth for meat is actually coming outside of the US. And so especially when it comes to cattle products, Asia is a huge market. We're actually already in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Macau, and we plan on continuing to expand our footprint outside of the United States. This is very much a global mission. You can't have food system change operating only within a small area, operating at a small scale. So we've had unprecedented growth within the past 6 months or so, tripled our production capacity in our facility and brought on major manufacturing partners. And that's what's going to enable us to continue to grow outside the US and within our own borders. So at the UN Climate Week, we're participating in some events. We have the product that's being offered so that we can also show people, hey, you're a policymaker, this is a tool for you. We built this for the students who are out there protesting about the climate. We made this as a tool, and we just want you to see that it's out there and that it can be used and helpful for our food system transitions. One of the biggest things for me, and the reason I'm here, is the focus on biodiversity through land saving. So of course, landscape focus. This isn't about how we can make things less bad. It's about completely changing the way that we have structured our food system. So instead of it covering 50% of our ice-free land area, we need to leave a lot more room for the wild animals, the things that create ecosystem services, the forests. Those things are going to keep our planet healthy, and the way that we're eating is compromising them. When we think about adding more people, when there's greater demand for livestock products, there has to be a new tool. You need transformative technology rather than continuing to try and make the same system a little bit better. So not only can you continue to have landscapes that capture carbon, but that's where all of the important wild animals are. You can start averting those losses. We're seeing tremendous rates of extinction occurring. These things are changeable, but we need the right tools in place. And so Impossible Foods is trying to develop some of those toolkits along with a lot of others in the space. We're not the only ones working on this, but we think we have a very good tool for that.